What's up, everybody? We're back here on the Ocean City, New Jersey Boardwalk with my buddy Rick still. We decided to walk down the street a couple blocks and come to Johnson's Popcorn. 84 years. Rick, tell us about it.
That's a long family history of this place. Usually this is what you do. You come up on the boardwalk, get some pizza, and then when you're done getting pizza, you come right down here and you leave with this popcorn, because you have to take it home. And if you're bringing a gift back to somebody, this is always what you get. The iconic plastic Tupperware, popcorn packed to the brim. It's great stuff, man.
Hell yeah. Let's go see what it's about. Come on. Hello, hello.
Hi, how
What's
are
up?
you?
Good, you?
Welcome. How you doing?
Good to see you.
Welcome.
Thanks for having us. So we're here with Rebecca from Johnson's. Tell us about it. It's 84 years, you said?
So we've been making it the same way for 84 years. I refuse to, try to look into some different technologies because I think it's going to affect the taste. I do believe you can taste it. We make it by hand. We made it the same way for 84 years. The current owner has owned it for 50. This is his 50th anniversary year.
Wow.
Same business, which is awesome. He and I are best friends, and we use only the quality ingredients. If there's a supplier that doesn't have it, we go find a different supplier. So it's not allowed to change. One of the reasons for that, the main reason, is because memory and taste, it coincides. So if you ate this, let's say 25 years ago with your parents or your aunts or uncles, I also want you, when you taste it again, even if you haven't been to Ocean City, your life carried on, and you came back to see us, instantly you're gonna go back to one of the happiest times of your life.
I'm assuming that you ran into some kind of supply issues for you to say that.
Well, if there ever was one. I mean, obviously COVID had some challenges and stuff.
Right.
With different supplies, not necessarily ingredients, but all of those things have worked itself out. But even if there was to be one, because you never know, everything's grown or manufactured, anything could happen. But we don't compromise here.
How many years have you been here for?
So I've been here for 28.
Wow.
28, since I was a little girl. So I started when I was 14. It was my first job. My dad was like, you have to go get a job, you're turning 14. So I started on my 14th birthday, and I've been here ever since.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What's your fondest memory of, working here over the 28 years?
I would say the people. All of our customers, they're so nice. There's always a story to tell, and we want to make sure that that keeps going. So when you come up or you call us on the phone, a lot of people order this for gifts or for the holidays or really anything. We want to hear your story. It's so important that we've been able to be a part of things that are so meaningful to people. That's what makes it meaningful to us. When we're a part of someone's wedding or we're a part of any part of someone's life, that's really the best memories. There's not even one. And so many people that I've spoken to year after year for 20 years. Like, I actually know them. I know their whole life. I know, and I've never met them in person. It's really so meaningful, and it puts a purpose behind a product.
I tell him all the time, you don't think Jersey Shore and you don't think Jersey Boardwalk without thinking of Johnson's Popcorn.
Oh, thank
and the
you.
iconic plastic Tupperware and the bits that they go in.
Thank you.
I mean, my grandma, I've been growing here for 30 years now going here. My grandma, who died of cancer recently, I couldn't go up here on the boardwalk without her being like, bring me back Johnson's Popcorn. You have to bring back Johnson's Popcorn.
That's great.
That's what everybody says. And it's cool that you get to see all these families over the years and watch them grow in front of your eyes.
Absolutely. And people use those buckets for different things. I just had this conversation at an event last night that I attended, and every single person in the circle that was talking was telling me what they use their Johnson's bucket for. So it was interesting that that's where the conversation went.
You do mail order, obviously, and that's probably a good chunk of your business now in the off season too, I'm assuming, right?
Yes. So probably, we consistently do a lot of it. So what'll happen is someone can't come on the family vacation.
Right.
So then they send it to them. Like, let's send it to them so they got a piece of the shore. They missed the vacation.
Right.
And then at the holidays, it's a great gift because one, you can eat it. Two, it's universal for most people as long as there's not some major dietary restrictions.
Right.
And it's a memory. So the holidays, it's bananas. You guys would not believe what we do at the holidays. There's popcorn and people flying everywhere, but somehow we make it work. And that's actually like my favorite thing to do is have so much to do, you don't really know if you're gonna be able to get it done. We pride ourselves in making sure it's right as well, because you're like, it's one thing. Well, it's one thing sold literally 3,917 different ways. Once you do like the math of cheddar in this bucket wrapped this way, it can get a little bit more complicated than you would think. Our job is to make it look easy, get it right, and be nice while we're doing it.
Can you give us some numbers in terms of what you would do this weekend with containers of popcorn that go out the doors?
Thousands. It depends, like on, year after year, it kind of changes a little bit, but consistently it's like thousands a day out of each store.
Wow, that's
so
amazing.
Yeah. So every October and November when I walk into work, I'm like, oh, here we are. It's winter. Like it changes in the air, but you can totally smell it, which is awesome because we're like, follow the smell. Come share a bucket with your family.
A big chunk of our business too is mail order crab cakes. So it's similar thing. Obviously, there's not as much nostalgia, I would say, to the boardwalk and the sand and the ocean and the smell that kind of goes with the taste. But I tell my team all the time, the fact that you are like in people's living rooms and homes at any given time of the year, I mean, that itself is very gratifying, right? Yeah. You can't necessarily duplicate this whole thing here with the sand, with the smell and all that. But as soon as they're opening up that popcorn for the first whiff and then taking that first bite, you got to think of like the memories that you would think of, obviously, and then they have their own. So amazing feeling.
But as someone who also makes food, don't you think it's great when someone loves what you're feeding them?
Mm-hmm. Oh,
so
yeah.
I don't even care what I'm eating. I care that if I'm giving it to you and you're like, Beck, this is delicious. I'm like, oh, that made my day.
Right.
And I will ask you, if you come over to my house for dinner, including with popcorn, I'm like, is it good?
Right.
I need your validation. And then I'm like, this is all, feeding somebody something that's delicious does wonders for the person that created it. It really does.
Yeah, of course. You got to have attention to detail. We talk about it all the time, but you got to have an OCD thing inside of you. You don't get to this many years in business, right? And we're 50 years. We're not, nowhere near where you guys are here, obviously, but constantly paying attention to the little minor details and actually caring about what you're putting out. Like even our crab cake itself, we'll keep tweaking it to where we think like it's going to be better in the end.
Absolutely. It's so fun to feed people. One of the traditions on the boardwalk is that you would ask for your lid off. That's your lid off. Because once you eat the whole top of it, it's still full.
Yeah.
For you to then...
Yeah, take it with you.
Right, so you're walking
That's
down,
awesome.
You're with your mother, you're with your sister, you're with your best friend.
Course.
You're eating it together, and then the lid off.
Yeah.
All of that, you ate.
That's
and
awesome.
Now you still have a full bucket to take home.
I love it.
And no one even knows that you kind of ate part of it on your way down.
Of course.
But now it's still full when you take it home.
That's
so
awesome.
like lid on. Now we do recommend, totally.
It's a veteran move. You know you're going to eat that on the way home.
100%. Except if you're buying like 4 of them, because popcorn is really sensitive to air. So like you guys, I don't know if you can feel this humidity and the wind coming in. So if you get multiple ones, then it's like, well, it's going to be stale because it's like potato chips. You put them in a bowl at a party, they're not good when you're done. The way we guarantee the shelf life, whether you're in store or not. So we make everything to order, even at the holidays. Like until that bucket is ordered, it is not cooked. And so that's why you get so much shelf life out of it, and it's fresh. The lid immediately on guarantees you could take this home, you could not give it to somebody for a month, and it's gonna be all right. You walk around with it and you snack on it, you're on your own. Like now your shelf life, you created all the variables.
Owner's manual that comes with it?
Yes. We have a popcorn care card that I'm actually writing.
Really?
It's called a popcorn care card. People are like, you're nuts, what are you doing? I'm like,
it
no,
makes
you
sense.
wouldn't know.
I love it. I love it.
Caramel is by far what we sell the most of. 99.9% of our sales are with caramel. Then we have a caramel with peanuts. So the caramel with peanuts is this, but a little darker. Do you want to taste it?
Yeah, of course.
While we're talking about it?
This is the one with peanuts? No,
that has no peanuts.
What do you think? This is your first time having it, right? Thank you.
Oh, you haven't eaten it before? Oh my gosh, that was your first bite. Did we get that on camera?
He's a rookie.
Okay.
We're from Maryland, so we go OC Maryland,
Yes.
and we have pictures, but
yes. So
this is
similar.
good.
Different but similar.
So my first bite for the summer, immediately it brings you back to your childhood.
Right.
Because you're just so used to it.
Totally,
and
right.
It's not just summer, like childhood, Christmas, holidays, because we used to have it for the holidays.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
That's the peanut.
Whose idea was this?
So 1996 is when I started working here. That came out in 1995. But it's a traditional, it's like a Cracker Jack. It's very natural to go with it.
Oh, it's better than a Cracker
Yeah.
Jack.
This is the butter. So our buttered popcorn we make with real butter. So we use coconut oil to pop it, but it's an organic coconut oil, not the kind you get in the movie theater. The kind you get in the movie theaters for very specific reasons, like a movie theater, right? So ours we make with real butter, salt, and an organic coconut oil, not that orange coconut oil that you're used to. This gets addictive. So you're like, all right, it's kind of salty, it's good. And then you keep eating it and it keeps getting you. Like
This is my first time having this kind.
Yeah, because it's with real butter, but you didn't have to make it. Your microwave is still clean because you didn't have to do all that.
We're a big popcorn family when it comes to movies.
We changed the way we started doing it about 8 years ago with the humidity, just making it in the traditional, the regular movie theater way. Not that there's anything against it. I agree there's a time and a place, but that's like its own food group. movie theater popcorn.
Right,
it's not
right,
all
right.
popcorn,
You're right,
it's
you're
specific.
right.
This has to be something that you can sit, you can eat, you want something salty. I like salt. Not a big sweet fan. Give me a cheese fry over a piece of cake any day if we're talking about our indulgences, right?
All right.
Which is kind of ironic because, you know, I run a caramel popcorn company. This, I was like, if I don't like it, we're not selling it. So that's like our newest flavor, and then we have our cheddar. Now our cheddar we keep tubbed because the Jersey Shore is my best friend and also can wreak havoc on the quality of our product. It can't be out in the air. Like where we're standing right now, where there's a breeze, in 5 minutes it would go stale because it's exposed to this salt air that does not keep it fresh. So it's always like packed immediately once we make it.
Is it all the same species of popcorn?
Yes.
All
Yes.
of it.
So it's all grown for us, and then we pop it all the same. So we pop it here on premises. And by the way, all of our popcorn is made in Ocean City. We don't have a plant somewhere doing it. So even in December, every kernel is popped on the Ocean City.
How many locations?
3.
3.
In
Is
Ocean
this the
City.
one that pumps all that out?
Most of it, but we have other facilities that we use if we need to. But we
Got
don't
it.
have somewhere like offshore or a
Yeah,
bigger
yeah,
plant.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
because it all matters. I'm like, I don't know, but when you start messing around with variables, you know, I would have to hire like a scientist to feel comfortable to sleep at night.
Right,
To make sure every
right,
single condition
right.
was exactly the same.
That's passion and dedication.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
I know
this is-
even the type of species of popcorn that they use is probably specific, right?
Yes. There's
Mushroom?
butterfly and mushroom, and we use a mushroom popcorn.
Got it.
So that way it coats it, and it's like a bigger. So the cheese is
That's always like
interesting.
a holiday thing.
That's addictive
around
right
here
there.
looking for the holidays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a big holiday seller still?
It is. It's actually a big seller all the way around. So when you're creating a new product, the challenge is how do you make it for everybody? Well, one, you don't take it personally when someone's like, that's not my favorite,
Right.
Some people like cheese extra sharp. Some people like it really bland. It's just like when you put out a tray at a party. Some people like pepper jack, some people like fresh mozzarella. We only have one. We can't get into, we don't obviously have a large enough facility. So we had to blend the cheese so it wasn't too sharp and it wasn't too bland where it just didn't taste like anything. So then that's how we arrived at this, which has become such a popular item. It's not even funny. Like we sometimes have hard
That's
time
awesome. That's
keeping up
awesome.
with the cheddar. Now the
Good.
caramel still blows everything away, but the cheese really, people love cheddar popcorn, they do. So here is where we pop all of our corn. In any store you can see it from the Boardwalk. We pop all of it ourselves.
That's a lot of popcorn.
It is. And this is where we cook our formulas.
Oh yeah.
It all gets heated up, and then we turn it off at a particular time.
Copper pots.
Copper pots, wooden paddles, so it's all mixed by hand with a wooden paddle, which takes people a long time to learn how to do. So it's not easy either. It's a very manual process. It's extremely labor intensive. I think you can taste it.
Often imitated, never duplicated. I feel like everybody's always trying to come up with their own thing close to Johnson's popcorn.
Right.
But it can't be replicated.
I don't think it can be replicated because there's certain things that obviously, like, I could never even show you, do trade secrets, but also things that you actually can't teach. But there's so many things you could do to royally screw this up. And the one thing that I've actually done, obviously I'm not 84 years old, so anyone that came before me, if they got it right, I didn't change it. For 84 years, just been consistent. Like, that person knew what they were doing there. The recipe, absolutely not going anywhere. Like I said, we have trade secrets, which
Lots
we
of
can't
secrets.
share. It is. We are those crazy people that are like, nope, can't tell anybody that. It's, flattering if somebody would ever want to try to replicate
Right,
it. Very
exactly.
flattering, but I
Right.
say just buy it wholesale and sell it in your store
Right.
with the brand on it, and we're all good to go.
Right.
We have a great staff. Like none of this would happen if we didn't have people that cared as much as I do. This isn't a one-man show, so miraculously, I mean, it's such a blessing that we have 50 to 80 people every year that care as much as I do.
Wow.
It's so amazing that they, believe what I believe in, that I
yeah, no.
inspire them enough, but I think it goes into the taste. So you can almost taste that people are smiling when they make it. So this is like super hot. Try that while it's hot.
Hot off the press.
Literally every 7 minutes,
Yeah, yeah,
all day
yeah,
long.
yeah.
Like we don't
Yeah.
have a reserve somewhere where you're like getting stuff. That's what people are eating immediately.
We just got it as fresh as you possibly can.
Possibly can.
This is amazing. I mean, obviously you should be very proud of what you got here.
Oh, thank you.
No, it's not easy. I know there's long hours, long days, blood, sweat, tears, as they say. Sometimes, there's not a lie to that statement. I'm happy, obviously, to come out and showcase spots like this, right? And really meet the people behind it, right? Because even if you're not like the owner or the inventor kind of thing, you still have that passion.
I think food is so much fun. I love feeding people. I love when people love food. It's fun. It's comfortable. It's comforting.
It's not for everybody, right? This business ain't for everybody.
Oh my gosh, it is not. What I'm selling is 16 bucks. Do you know how many $16 tubs of popcorn I have to sell at retail? Like when people think like, oh, do you know how many people I have to make happy for $16 tubs of popcorn to get to the same level as someone else?
Right.
Like you gotta talk to and make happy a lot of people. So, but that's kind of the fun part of it, is that you can keep consistently doing that. So, people in food, we're a different kind of people.
Right, exactly. Once you fall in love with it and you're like, this is it, and there's no turning back, it doesn't faze you, right? People say you're crazy for doing this, or hey, how do you do this? But it's life at that point, right? It's just normal.
It's hard to turn it off though. I'm a little intense in the rest of my life.
You can ask my wife. We're on vacation and we're
I know.
Working.
Because food people are like that. There kind of is no shut-off valve for food people, because I feel like everything I do, I have to do like at a speed of 100 miles an hour. And my friends are always like, relax, we're good. And I'm like, all right. You know, you need like self-checkers when you're in food. But we are different, good in a good way, but we're different kinds of people. So it's great. Thank you guys so much.
We appreciate you letting us see the magic.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. Appreciate it. Likewise.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate it.
All right, so we just got done filming. We met Becky inside, told us all about the history. It's what you expect, right? When you go to these places and they're in business for as long as they are, there's a reason that it's going on, right? It ain't by accident. There's somebody that's very, very passionate about what they're doing.
There's a reason why they're successful, right? And you can obviously see with how vibrant she is that she's dedicated to what she does, and that's why everyone on this boardwalk knows who they are and can't get enough of it.
It's crazy to see happen in 3 locations. I mean, mail order. It's awesome to see. Ocean City, New Jersey, Johnson's Popcorn. Now I know why it's famous.
Oh!